This is the SAPAA Board and Executive Council, Advisory Council. We are the people basically that are bringing you SAPAA. Some of them are not here. Starting from the very far left, Sadiq Abdul Mut'al, Saif al-Din Aba Yazid, Badruddin Ahmed, Sali al-Ata, Samar al-Ata, and I don't think I need to tell you who this guy is, right? Right? We are very proud of our Iowa connection. Mahmoud here, our man on the spot here. Some of our videos online. Some of you have been to our conferences. So what I'm just going to take a few minutes to tell those that have not heard about SAPAA and have not had an opportunity to understand what we're trying to do as an organization. I have a few slides here just by way of introduction. As I always speak, I'll try to speak both in English and Arabic. لأنه الهدف اللي احنا عايزين نعمله is very important. واحنا عايزين الناس تفهم الفكرة اللي عايزين نعملها شنو عشان الناس يشاركونا في الرحلة دي. It's a big journey. It's one that we started several years ago, but officially kicked off 2 years ago, and we want to make sure that people understand the journey. It's a long-term journey. It's not one that's going to happen overnight, and so we want to explain the basic concept. Of course, it's not something that we invented. We're basically trying to copy other successful communities, as you will hear from other speakers. So as I mentioned, SAPAA is a concept. We started this back in 2005 as really a discussion among a group of friends. Us in Houston, basically some of us have been in the US for some time and have really been thinking about how is it that we are here successfully making good careers individually, but as a group, we're not succeeding as a group. And so we started to kick around some of the ideas that really developed into what SAPAA is today. Our original concept was called ASPAC, which was a little bit different formulation than this, but through our experience, we basically looked into what is it that we need to do and copy from other successful communities to be able to do what others have done successfully. So Al-Fikra, as I said, was basically a discussion just like this, and then we took it to the next stage by working through our friends and families, the people that we know. So SAPAA is an independent, non-partisan, non-religious, member-driven organization focused on serving the interests of Sudanese Americans, period. Okay, so دي الخلاصة بتاعت الفكرة بتاعت SAPAA. It's very important, the things that we are not, just like the things that we are. So we wanted to make it clear that this is what we're trying to do, and it also implies what we're not trying to do. So we're focused on the interest of Sudanese Americans right here in America, making the Sudanese Americans a success, okay? And you will hear this from many of us. الناس اللي هيجوا يتكلموا هيقولوا الفكرة دي برضو. التركيز بتاعنا هنا على السودانيز Americans هنا في أمريكا، okay? نقطة مهمة، نقطة بسيطة لكن الفرق كبير لأنه مرينا بتجارب كثيرة and we all learned from our own experiences. And the best way for us to get this work forward is to focus our common problems as Sudanese Americans. Okay, that's our focus. What do we seek to do? We basically want to build stronger communities, okay, across this country. We as Sudanese Americans are spread out all over this great country, and we want to make sure that we can build a strong community together, okay, because as many of us speakers have said already, together we can succeed. We want to serve as a catalyst for empowerment. We have a lot of talented young people, and we want to, those of us who are first generation, who have children that were born in this country are concerned about our next generation, and so we want to make sure that we build a strong foundation for those that are here. And I just saw our distinguished board member الأستاذ فتحي الضوء. لو سمحت ممكن تيجي تقعد معنا قدام هنا فتحي. مرحبا بك يا فتحي. So we want to very critical for us to provide a voice for Sudanese Americans, right? So we can, as I mentioned, we're spread out through this country, yet we don't have a common voice that speaks for us in issues that are important to us. Okay, so as many of us have learned how the system operates here, you need a strong voice to be able to represent yourself and represent your issues, regardless of what your issues are, right? There's no way we can speak to our elected officials if we don't have a single voice and a common agenda. So these are important things for us. So why SAPAA? Why do we need another organization? So a few words here just to explain that we have gone through many experiences. يعني الشغل اللي احنا بنعمل فيه دي ما تبنى على فراغ. احنا كلنا مرينا بتجارب كثيرة جدا سواء كان في الجاليات او في المنظمات اللي حاولت تعمل الشغل دي وحاولنا انه نستفيد من التجارب بتاعتنا. So كلنا مرينا بالتجارب دي and we're trying to learn from our failures. Basically we're trying to learn and we've studied كل المحاولات اللي حصلت throughout America, the reasons that led to the failures of other attempts to do this, and so we've learned what happened and why. We studied those carefully. So what we're trying to do is learn basically from our own failures as communities across this country and avoid the things that divide us and focus on the things that unite us. And by the way, again, I mentioned this is basically التجربة بتاعت الجاليات الثانية, other immigrant communities like us who have successfully come together and built a very strong foundation. This is the road basically. So we don't have to invent this. Others have done it successfully, and so this is the model that we're putting forward. And you will hear again from many of the other speakers that we basically focus on common interests and avoid issues that divide us. So we want to follow the path of proven other successful immigrant communities, as I mentioned, education, leadership, networking, health, business opportunities. These are the things that are common to us, regardless of what part of Sudan we come from, right? And so these are the things that we focus on. So what have we been doing since the last conference? As I mentioned to you, that this is a purely volunteer effort, right? We receive no funding from any entity, from any organization. We basically are a grassroots effort. The board members, as you've seen, everybody basically pitches in and we all sacrifice. And so because we want to maintain our independence, right? We want to make sure that this is a member-driven effort, and we want you basically to be the people that build this organization. So we are focused on making sure that we stay independent and we have full transparency. You'll see in many of our conferences, one of the first things that we do is we share our budget, we share our financials, and it's all on our website. And so again, all the things that got previous efforts in trouble, we are very focused on doing this the right way. And so we completed building the board, so we've recruited some fantastic people to the board. As you can see that our sister Samar Al-Ata here is one of the people that we were very blessed and very pleased to have are with us on the board, and many others. And so we're continuing to build a foundation. We have an advisory council, and the advisory council, of course, is an entity that helps the board, guides the board, and makes sure that we stay on the path. And so the head of our advisory council here is Sadiq Abdel Mut'al. He's right here. You'll hear from him in a minute. Our sister Sally Al-Ata is one of the advisory council members here, and many others. You'll meet some of them in other conferences as well. We are continuing to build the membership, and speaking of membership, we have a membership table set up in the front. Before we leave today, we want to make sure that as many or all of you are here, join the SAPAA family. So we have a membership table with our membership applications, and we want to bring you on board to our membership. We have a new website. By the way, I want to just announce that if you've taken any pictures, we have live coverage right now of this event in our website, in our Facebook page. Dr. Majid Khalifa, who's not able to travel here, is covering this event right now. So if you have pictures or that you've taken with your phone, feel free to email it to sapaa.net@gmail.com. Okay, that's where basically live coverage will be published, and so we're trying to make sure that we keep the momentum going. Our Facebook page is being updated, and so we are continuing to do this, and Majid is our technical director. He's keeping both the website and the Facebook page up and running, so make sure you visit sapaa.net and also go to our Facebook page. And make sure you like us, of course, right? Mentorship program. So you will hear about it. One of the key programs that we want to focus on and build, you will hear more about it. I want to steal the thunder, but our mentorship program is up and running. This is a key achievement for us this year. And so we're very excited to have that. And a lot of the young people, as well as the first generation also, you'll hear more about our mentorship program. We've had 2 successful road shows already in Dallas and in Houston. Of course, this is already a successful road show right here in Iowa City. So very excited about our road show. And so we also have had very successful Affordable Care Act sign-up events. We've done one here, we've done one in Dallas, and 2 in Houston. So again, as I mentioned earlier, we want to focus on the things that are important to the community, healthcare. So obviously, health insurance is one key important issue that we wanted to address, and so we want to. We've done that already, and we will continue to do that. And of course, finally, I want to make sure that you know that this year we have an annual conference. I mentioned that earlier. Our annual conference this year is going to be in New York City, NYC. Hopefully the weather would be nicer by the time we get there. It'll be in August 15th. So make your plans. Don't travel to Sudan. Come to New York, okay? We know that we all go visit Sudan in summer, but go and come back. You don't want to miss our conference. We have some great speakers this year, and a keynote speaker that's going to be a surprise. We're not going to announce it right now, but we have some fantastic things coming up in our conference this year. So if you haven't been to our conferences, it's really a life experience. لو الواحد بيجي يشوف ناس سودانيين زيه من جميع أنحاء أمريكا, okay, spending some good time, sharing, listening to speakers, and just basically networking, right? This is where the power comes, right? Meeting people, exchanging ideas. We're creating a platform for people to come together. So our conferences are a great place to come. Entertainment, Tiab, Al-Adish Terito. We have a lot of things going on outside our conferences as well. So, and then finally, with closing, basically, I really want to appeal to our young people, because you know, we're building, as I mentioned, a foundation for the future. And so we're focused on building leaders for tomorrow, because we as founders have started build this organization, and our hope is that we will hand it to the next generation of Sudanese Americans. And of course we have a great example with our sister Yasmin here. And so we thank you, Yasmin, for all the work that you've done again. So with that, I want to just close out some of our events that are being planned. As you mentioned, I mentioned here, the scholarship program is one that Mustafa, who's not here today, is working on. We're building a scholarship fund for some of our young people, as well as people who are interested in retooling themselves. We're building a scholarship fund. You will hear more about it in our conference. We also are launching an innovation hub, basically to encourage entrepreneurs in technology, which is an area that's close and near and dear my heart. We're interested in entrepreneurs, people who are interested in ideas. We're building an innovation hub, and we'll announce that in time. But these are some of the projects that we're working on. And we're also building, and Salih will share some of that, a business network to help and encourage people to develop and own their own businesses. Okay, so with that, I'll close here. I invite you to enjoy the roadshow today, and come and join us. Thank you.